Ahoy, friends. Dory Dan here. And it's about maybe 20 minutes, half an hour later, and we are officially entering the outer harbor. We just passed the anchorage mooring field off of Rocky Neck, and we're headed for a close pass of 10 pound. Sailed right past Strombus and the Viking ship, and got a wave from some of the blokes aboard Adventure doing their daily morning tasks and routines. It's probably creeping up on 9 o'clock, and I wouldn't say we're making good time, but we're moving, which is a big bonus. And I think the wind was so light up in the inner harbor because it hasn't actually changed around to the southwest yet. But in the inner harbor, I was getting wind off the outer harbor, and now the wind is coming from the inner harbor out. So yeah, it's the wind is still trying to make up its mind what it's gonna do. Hopefully, it settles down to that southwest that's predicted around 11 o'clock or so, and that would be kind of perfect. But yeah, we shall see. And no, just enjoying an incredible day out here. I mean, even if I didn't make it home, I'm glad I went sailing today anyway. Like I was saying, the morning started with a sprinkle of rain, and now we got the sun coming out, and yeah, just turning into a beautiful day on the outer harbor. There's 10 Pound Light. Got its name because the island it stands on was purchased for 10 pounds. A princely sum at the time. Purchased from the Native Americans. And you can see how smooth the stone is over on the island. And the claim is that that's where the glaciers ran right up and over 10 Pound while they were busy scouring out the basin that became Gloucester Harbor. Just incredibly smooth granite. Yeah, beautiful super light wind day out here. Definitely test our light wind skills. We'll want to give Thatcher's Island a good safe berth just in case there's a sucking swell running up on the ledges out there. Don't want to get pulled into 10 Pound. I mean, don't want to get pulled into Thatcher's. No danger of that with 10 Pound. Huh, couple gulls and a bunch of cormorants there on the rock. And right about now is when I guess I'm wishing that I'd had John make me up that square sail I've been yammering on about for so long. Because with that square sail up, we'd almost double our sail area off the wind. And I could definitely use that today. Looks like a little stink pot headed out. Looks like both of the windmills are turning, both of the remaining windmills. And they are headed, pointed north by northwest. Actually, they're pointed west. So that could mean that the breeze has started to shift around a little. Gloucester is a southerly facing harbor. The harbor entrance opens onto Massachusetts Bay. If you headed directly out the harbor mouth from the inner harbor, just point your boat to sea in line with Eastern Point Light, then you'll find that you eventually bump into Provincetown. So it's a great harbor because, like I say, it faces a bay. It doesn't face the open sea. Now it's a big bay, so you could get some pretty good sized seas coming through there, but it's a great little spot. Yeah, it is 9:16 at the moment, so like I say, a bit of a late start, but plenty of daylight ahead of us. Some fish breaking the surface in the harbor roundabout. Yeah, a lot of bird activity though. Cormorants going in just about every direction. And it looks like with as quiet a sea as we've got and not a lot of breeze, we'll probably be hugging the coast. At least for the first leg of our trip out around Cape Ann. Probably go inside of Thatcher's today. There's not going to be much surf running. So stay away from those offshore ledges and maybe get a glimpse of Sandy Bay breakwater even. We'll see what it's like when we get out there and what the wind's doing. But it'll be good to have you folks along for the ride and see what the day brings. Not sure if you can see it in the video or not, but I'm actually getting a glimpse of the Gloucester Maritime Center's coxswain and crew in one of their gigs, 8-oared gigs. Yeah, as it turned out, I had to give all the dock lines and the Gloucester ball a good thorough rinsing off before bringing them aboard because of the teeming jellyfish up in Smith's Cove. The little critters were everywhere, all over the bow of the boat as well. Yeah, looks like the breeze is kind of petered out on us here. We're still moving and we're going with it, which is why it feels so incredibly light, but just trying to put myself in a good position for if and when it does pick up later in the day. Oh, hear that? I'm hearing the horn of the train to Boston. That's the Cape Ann line. Oh wow, yeah, there's quite a few jellyfish out here also. Oh my word, they're everywhere. I'm hoping you guys can see this. The sea is just teeming. I'm looking down through 6, 8, 10 feet of water and it's just alight with moving, wriggling masses. Long strands of creatures. I have no idea what they're called. They look more like tubes than normal jellyfish. Anyway. So yeah, maybe I'll bring you guys back when we reach the Eastern Point Lights and Eastern Point Breakwater. Take you for a tour of the breakwater and environs. Goodbye, Gloucester. See you next year, Lord willing. Well, we are now officially approaching the Eastern Point Breakwater. And yeah, we're about to cross into the Massachusetts Bay. Looks like we got some lobster folk headed home. Hard merch. Let's see if we can take these waves a little more gently. There we go. Just ease the peak and let that mainsail flap. Actually, didn't even flap that much, but anyway. Yeah, light little breeze. And yeah, just an incredible day to be on the water here. Look at this. It's way too light wind, but we're doing our best with what we got. See if I can pick up the oarsman who is headed back in. There was a bank story out here. Maybe. Oh, there she is, headed back in towards the neck. Looks like he's taken the back side of 10-pound. Imprudent route. Not that he needs it in this weather, but if it were kicking up, that's the way to go. Especially in a small boat. But that dory could handle quite a bit. And yeah, a number of fishing boats out here. I just saw a sailboat, or at least a boat with a mast on it. And the sails tightly furled, head out of harbor, motoring right along. Number of lobster boats and fishermen coming in. It's right around 9:45 now. So we're pretty much out of the harbor. So whenever that, we're ready for the wind shift whenever it does happen. Not sure if I caught that fish jump on video, but one just did right beside the boat. Seeing a lot more of those little jellyfish as well. Windmill's still turning in Gloucester, headed sort of facing west. Yeah, wind's sort of tapered off again, so see how we do. But, oh, and I got the flying jib up as well. So we've got all sails set whenever the wind decides to show up. We're ready to go. Looks like I can see a bit of a breeze offshore. So we'll see if we can get out maybe a mile or so, half a mile off. As soon as we get into the breeze, I'm going to be turning east, which is up along the coast. You can almost see the outside of the breakwater now. We've almost exited the harbor entrance, which I think is these two buoys right here, the green and the red. So we're actually outside the harbor. But yeah, here comes the lighthouse into view off Eastern Point. So we've actually crossed the harbor mouth, harbor entrance, and now we're out on Massachusetts Bay, and here comes the breeze to greet us. Beautiful little breeze. So I'm going to sheet in, and we'll see how we do. Won't have to sheet in far. Looks like it's a sort of southeasterly. Yeah, perfect. And here we go, up along the coast. I'll let the video run till we pass Eastern Point, because if this breeze holds, we'll be doing it pretty quick. So like I said, we got all 3 jibs sat. 3 sails set, 2 jibs and a main. And now we've got a gorgeous little, just a zephyr out of the southwest. That's it. This is that southwesterly breeze. Looks like she may have shown up an hour early and right on time for us. And we'll see if this builds or holds or dies out again, because I'm sure it's going to come and go a little as it clocks around. Yeah, gorgeous little zephyr here. Got the sun coming out big time too. So I'll probably want to put on some sunscreen pretty quick. Turns are working. Seeing some fish jumping right here off the breakwater. Gotta wonder if they're going for some of the jellyfish that I saw up in the harbor. Tiny bit of a ground swell here. Probably can't see it on the camera. Just enough to get the breakwater breathing in and out. Looks like maybe a foot of ground swell. Some of the bigger ones are 1.5 feet. A lot of cloud cover out towards Cape Cod and down along the south shore there. Not sure if that's coming our way or headed out to sea or what. It looks like it's headed out to sea, and we've got little high puffies or mid-height puffies coming at us, sort of marching at us from the west. And I can see the coast of Cape Ann, the Gold Coast down there. Manchester. Well, actually, the closest coast there is Magnolia, then Manchester, then Beverly, Salem, and that's Nahant out there, the big rock. Don't know if you guys can make it out on the camera or not. And then I can see the skyline of Boston. Can't see the smaller buildings, but the bigger buildings are showing up. And Hingham and Hull, a couple radio towers out that way. Yeah, so beautiful out here today. And just enough breeze to get me moving. This will get me home if this holds up. Very light at the moment, probably, well, just like they said, 8 to 10. So anyway, I don't want to go too long with the video, but here we are off Eastern Point. And yeah, beautiful day. Little tiny sea running, not much at all. A couple fishermen out there, a couple folks out at the rocks. But yeah, looking to be a gorgeous day for a sail back. Coming into a fishing boat wake right here, so hang on. One of those big Cap'n Reds or whatever. Likely a party boat of some sort, but shook the wind out of her sails there. But yeah, we'll be back up and chugging along pretty quick. Headed for points north. Well, hey, hope everyone has a good day. Look forward to seeing everybody next video, and out on the water sometime real soon. Yeah, God bless, and yeah, see y'all later.